Hello, my name is Rick Stewart. My colleague here at DLT Solutions, Mike Fitzurk, and I would like to welcome you to our demonstration on the use of Red Hat middleware technologies in a simulated Internet of Things system using a smart gateway, or in other words, edge computing. Before we begin, we should baseline an understanding of the term Internet of Things, or its common abbreviation, IoT. Here is the textbook definition of the term. However, a more concise way to define the term would be devices connected to the internet that produce data that you would like to act upon. These devices can be mobile phones, sensors, cameras, tolls, meters, switches, etc., that produce varied amounts of data, usually on a very frequent basis. Here are some examples of an IoT systems in our everyday life. From simple quality of life systems that assist you with finding the nearest parking space, to oil rigs capturing sensor data from their unique drilling environment so that they can react to potential life-threatening conditions, to individual medical devices which monitors one biology in order to diagnose health issues and allow professionals to rectify them as quickly as possible. All the way to entire cities using data to monitor electrical grids, water and sewage systems, emergency response systems, etc., all designed to respond to data in order to improve the human condition. This is a very rudimentary view of a typical legacy IoT system's high-level architecture. Many devices connected to a centralized data center over a network. While only 3 are depicted here, typically you would have tens, hundreds, thousands, even millions of devices depending on the type of system. This type of architecture has inherent issues such as the likelihood of network overload and/or bottlenecks given the frequency and volume of data being produced by each device. This could also be interpreted as a denial of service attack given the rapidity of the messages coming from the same device. Another drawback is the amount of storage needed to process and house redundant or unimportant data in your data center. A smarter, pardon the pun, architecture would be to implement gateways closer to devices producing the data to reduce network transit time and to delegate message collection from the data center. Additionally, rules can be implemented both at the data center and gateways to filter meaningful messages that require action and to utilize your data center resources more effectively. So given this background, I'll turn it over to Mike for an explanation of how we use a host of Red Hat middleware products and other open source technology to produce a demonstration of computing at the edge.
So for our edge devices, we soldered temperature and humidity sensors together with Wi-Fi chips and used a little microcode to send the raw data readings to our gateway. Smart Gateway is running Docker on a Raspberry Pi, a $35 computer, with 2 containers. The first container is an instance of JBoss Fuse, Red Hat's integration platform, and the second container holds JBoss BMRS, Red Hat's business rules management system, to provide a little intelligence. Our data center is running on Red Hat's Container Development Kit on my Fedora laptop, which allows me to have OpenShift operating locally and provides all that Docker and Kubernetes goodness. CDK has 4 pods of different Red Hat middleware products, specifically designed for microservices in OpenShift. ActiveMQ to hold incoming data, Fuse integration services to process the queue, a BMRS decision server for even more intelligence, and an in-memory data grid to help store information. Red Hat's Business Process Management Suite is also running on the data center outside of the CDK for workflow processing and scheduling. We used Ansible in the build process, Slack for communications, Node.js, Cylon.js, and Leap.js with a Leap motion controller for system controls throughout, Alexa Skills running on AWS Lambdas for digital assistance, Arduino IDE and Fritzing for circuit coding and diagramming, Nexus repository to help speed up the builds, and all the code you see here in action today is available open source on GitHub. Let's clear things up a bit here and show you what's going to happen in more detail. The sensors send temperature, relative humidity, and voltage information once every second to the Smart Gateway. Fuse enhances the data, transforms it into XML, and sends it to the rules engine. BMRS calculates the average and decides to send the data forward based on if the value has changed. Now on the data center, the values are pre-processed by AMQ and Fuse integration services. The decision server analyzes the temperature and will raise an alert if the value is too high or too low. On an alert event, a message is sent back to the sensor to turn on its light. And another message is sent to the process manager. Our process prepares and sends a message to Slack to get a human involved. I'll play the role of a human, some people have wondered, and I'll get involved and handle the event by any means necessary. After the event has been handled, a message is sent back through the gateway, and the sensor light is turned off. All right, let's show this setup in action. Alexa, ask the gateway if we're ready to go.
As ready as we will ever be.
Don't start with me, Alexa.
Just kidding. Demo is all set. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Alexa. Let's just start sending data. This page is from OpenShift running on my laptop. It shows the 4 running pods and containers that make up the base functionality of the data center. Here we have the screen from the Raspberry Pi Smart Gateway, and it shows the raw logs of XML data coming from the gateway. This screen is from Red Hat's JBoss Fuse product running on the Smart Gateway. It shows the count of messages that have been queued there, and as you can see, a lot of messages have already been queued. And this is the Java console from the equivalent Fuse integration server running on OpenShift Data Center. As you can see, the Smart Gateway is doing its job as fewer messages have arrived for processing. Okay, now that data is flowing, let's heat them up. Get the hairdryer. Normally I don't recommend heating up electronics, but don't worry, we're professionals. So any moment now I should receive an alert. All right, we have Slack. It looks like a temperature alert on one of our devices, and as the designated human, I'll get involved. So I will just click on the computer icon here, and up pops the Red Hat Business Process Manager. I will then just click on the Task tab to see what has arrived. And then look at the event itself. As you can see, I have a few additional options here. I could activate a sentry turret or nuke the site from orbit, but first I better check out the site with the drone, just to make sure. Alexa, conduct pre-flight checks on the drone.
Well, the drone is operational, but oh boy. Your Fitbit tells me that your heart rate has increased dramatically. Are you sure you're okay to fly?
It's just demo nerves, Alexa. I'm sure I'm okay. Regardless of some opinions, I'm launching the drone. So this is the drone cam. I can take a picture or nuke the site.
Should those 2 buttons be so close together?
Well, it passed QA. Also, I can look at the reports from the sensors themselves. The temperature's okay now, but the alert light is on. So let me just reach into the page here and start the drone. Hello. Okay, forward, back, left, right. Controls look good. I think we're set.
Intruder detected. He appears to be armed with a fishing net. Shall I nuke the site from orbit?
No, drone, don't nuke the site. This is just a demo. Alexa, tell the drone not to nuke us.
But it's the only way to be sure.
No, drone, did you just roll your eye at me?
And did he just quote from Aliens? Why did you even build that functionality?
To scare off intruders. So drone, scare off the intruder.
But don't use a nuke.
Okay. Hey, intruder. Stop heating up that sensor.
Shouldn't there be a setting between strong words and nuclear annihilation?
Yeah, agreed. Anyway, with the threat of nuclear destruction or more drone scolding, the bad guy leaves the sensor alone, and I can resolve and close the issue. And the light should go out. Alexa, ask the gateway for a status of the demo.
I think the demo went really well. The audience should enjoy it.
No, Alexa, ask the gateway for a status report.
Status report. The data center is running 4 pods. The gateway is running 2 containers. 3 sensors are active. You have 0 human tasks to complete. Way to go! The maximum sensor temperature was 38 degrees Celsius. Drone was deployed. The demo was conquered. And there was much rejoicing.
We hope you've enjoyed this demo. While it was an entertaining look at a simple system, it did use real-world middleware products in order to solve real-world problems. Please contact us at DLT Solutions for more information about the Red Hat middleware products or about this demo. Thank you.